Okay, so eyeshadow. Let's get to that eye color by shape, which is what we're going to talk about. Eyeshadow looks best when it consists of 2 or 3 colors, and placement is the key. Now, I love a multi-shade look, but that is not practical for every day. Now, let's talk about standard eyes. So standard, again, is usually standard according to Anglo standards. I'm sorry that that's the way it still is. I am not a standard eye shape, although this is, if you got taught in the bathroom in middle school how to put your makeup on, this is probably what you're being told to do, where you do your darkest or your mid-tone, and then you do your dark tone in the V, and then you do your highlight up at your brows. Because my eyes are deep set, I would look crazy with that. So here's a wide set. So a wide set eye is more of your, where you do your crease color, your darker color on more of your eyes, and that's going to help bring your eyes where they look closer together. And then we have our close set. So I'm close set, deep set. So let me show you these. So we've got our highlight right here, and you can see you do more highlight here on the sinus area. You do it under the brow and under the on that sinus area, and then you do your base on the eyelid, and you do your bigger V creases. Okay, and then so I'm let's see, what was that one? Close set, hooded eye. So you can see for the hooded eye, traditional hooded eyes, you really don't do it. You really do 2 colors. So I'm going to paint myself today according to this hooded eye. Let's make sure I didn't miss it. Okay, so hooded eye, deep set. And deep set is the same thing where you do more of the light and you do a little bit of the crease color. And you can see there's no base color at all. There's only 2 colors. And then we have single eyelids. This is more for our Asian friends. In fact, I have an appointment with a gal coming up on this coming Sunday, and I'm going to be able to show her this to help her eyes look great. She is Japanese and is interested in learning a little bit more on how to make her eyes look bigger. Okay, so here I am. Okay, so we're going to do deep set, hooded, but not close set. So we're going to do kind of a hooded deep set hybrid here. Let me get in here. All right, so I've got my lightest color right here. And like I said, this is going to be, your placement is going to be based on your eye shape. You can go to my Mary Kay website and find you can find all of these charts that are downloadable. And I will have this PowerPoint presentation available on my tutorial library for you to just scroll through. Okay, so I've got my crystalline. And like I said, I'm not going to do it all over my eye. I'm going to do more like right here. Now, the other cool thing about using your lighter color underneath your brow is it really helps to define the lower edge, which is important for me. In fact, that's one of the ways that I know that it's time to go get my eyebrows waxed, when defining underneath with a lighter powder doesn't quite do it anymore. Okay, so I did that, used my brush. Now I'm going to use my ankle brush for my hazelnut color. And I'm going to start it right here. I'm going to start it on the outside, and I'm going to work my way in. And I'm going to go just a little bit above the natural crease, because this is going to make things recede away. And because I've got naturally more kind of deep set hooded eyes, if I put it in the natural crease, it's going to cut down my eyelid space. And even though I didn't put crystalline all over my eye, you can see how this is naturally creating a lot of visual interest for me. I don't want to say drama. It's not quite drama, but it is interesting, and it's changing the shape of my eyes, which is great. Okay. Oh, I got something on my face. What is it? Okay, so this is 2 colors. Now let me talk to you a little bit about choosing that 3rd color. And when you're doing really basic makeup, when you're whether you're being photographed or whether you're in a professional situation where you need to have a clean makeup look, and you don't want to be drawing too much attention to yourself, you can pick just about anything depending on what is right for you. So there's a lot of trending colors. Our Pantone colors for the year for 2025 are Mocha Mousse, which is the colors of this hazelnut eyeshadow. The color palette is the colors that I'm wearing right now, which is great. It's very versatile. So pay attention to what the trending contrast colors are. And one of the things that I'm going to pick, instead of traditionally people would go for gray or black, I'm going to actually pick espresso, which is a super dark brown. I don't think you can see it here. So there's a couple right here that would be for darker. So we've got espresso. Oh, wait. I don't know if you can see it. So espresso, and I'm blanking on this one's name, and then this one. It's been a long time. I've been a Mary Kay a long time. Okay, Cinnabar was the top one that's more orangey, and then Mahogany is more red. So I'm going to do one espresso, and I'm going to do one as Mahogany, and you can really see. The other things I love are, I love navy, I love emerald green as an accent. I even love a little burnished bronze action. So I'm using this. I'm not going to do a total V. I'm going to put a little bit on the V here. And this is where you get your shading to come in. Now, you don't want to just leave it like that. Okay, let's do espresso on one side and Mahogany on the other. So pretty subtle differences. This one is more of a red undertone. This one is more of a dark brown, purple undertone. And I'm going to use my blending brush on both of them to blend it out. Now we do have 4 or 5 other brushes besides what's in the Essential Brush collection, but ooh, look, I got myself real good. So let me segue really quick into talking about oil-free eye makeup remover and how it's magic, because it is. So this will work without making anything too crazy. You can use it on your brush, which I might do. Put a little on a cotton round. And then I'm gonna do it like this. Oh yeah. So I got what I needed to get. Didn't have to take everything off, but if you mess up or sneeze during your mascara application, well, you certainly can. Okay, where were we at? Blending. And I was talking about something and I lost it. Anyway, so blending brush. That's what I want. I do really love that angle brush, and I tend to use it. That one and the all over eye brush I tend to use for everything. Oh, I remember. All right, train of thought. Back on track. So we have our. So we have 4 or 5 other brushes besides what's in the Essential Brush collection. And the Essential Brush collection retails for, I believe, $56, $56, $58. Check my Mary Kay website to double check, because the prices change all the time. I've been to Mary Kay almost 25 years, so I remember very well what the prices were in 2002 and maybe not what they are today. So details, Trivial Pursuit brain. So we've got lots of other brushes, including we've got a great eyeliner spoolie brush, and we have wonderful waterproof eyeshadows. But if that is something that feels kind of messy for you, or if you have a deep set eye like me, and it's sometimes hard to get it not to transfer, you can use your brush, your angled brush, to create that drama. Now, what I will say about our liners is they are waterproof. So they go on and they stay on. But what you do want to do is you want to make sure that you set them with a powder. So I'm actually going to use a purple one that was limited time at Christmas time. As of filming, still available. And I love this, especially is going to work well with this Mahogany. Now, you don't want to just leave this. You want to add a little powder over the top to set it, because no matter how waterproof it is, if you don't use a little powder, whether it's eyeshadow or translucent face powder, It's just not going to stay. That's just the facts of life.